This is a disaster. What is up, everybody? It's Jack from Atlantis Water Gardens. Today I am in my backyard, Rockaway, New Jersey. My pond, well, what used to be my pond, is behind me. If you guys didn't see it, there's a link to a video here of what actually happened to my pond. About 6 or so months ago, we had a large pine tree in that back corner. Snapped off, the whole thing fell down, crushed my deck, crushed some stuff in the pond, sent branches through the liner, totally destroyed everything, cracked my bridge. So we are ripping this thing out. As you can see, the guys have already started doing that while I was away the last couple weeks here. And now it's at the point where I've got to get a big machine in here and take these big rocks out so that we can completely clear this out and then come up with a game plan. So I'm standing on the other side of where my bridge used to be. We had a nice arched stone bridge here. That had to be completely jackhammered out because it was all concrete with a stone facing on it. Over here you can see with the remnants of my negative edge. That's actually a 2,000 gallon reservoir that's got to completely come out. There's a pump vault in there and stuff. That's all getting ripped out. And you can see the guys have removed all of the rocks that were hand manageable. So they removed all the rocks. We got a bunch of stacked stone stacked up over there. There's some pavers behind the trees over here. Staging is an issue in my backyard because it's kind of small, but now we're at the point where we've got to start getting in here and strapping some boulders, getting them out. And I'm fortunate because my brother lives next door to me. I don't know how fortunate he is, but I can put my stuff over there and hopefully not wreck his yard too much. Once we take everything out of here, then we've got a blank slate. I'm gonna make some major changes back here. We've got what used to be a deck over there. That was my constructed wetland filter. Let me show you what that looks like. Doesn't look like much now, but this was my constructed wetland filter where I had a centipede module, there was a snorkel, aqua blocks, and layers of rock and gravel. And you can see the big ones here. They removed everything else and just let the big ones fall in. We're gonna take those out, but this is getting completely removed, and there used to be a sidewalk here. Let me show you the culprit here. This is what's left of that pine tree. That pine tree was about 60 feet tall. It just completely snapped right at the bottom, fell right across here and did all kinds of damage. I was just fortunate it didn't hit the house. So you can see we have our work cut out for us here. We're gonna do some major work back here, but that presents an opportunity because we've lived with this backyard now for about 12 or 13 years in its current configuration. And we've decided over that time that it's not really fitting our lifestyle. We want to change some things up, and we're going to do that. So we're going to be looking at making this like a sunken area where you walk down into it, a cool fountainscape, maybe a fire pit and some other cool things. Definitely going to redo all the lighting back here. So at nighttime, we love being out here at night. Lights are important for us, so that's going to be a definite must. And just make it more of a lifestyle backyard that fits where we currently are. Now this is going to be a multi-part deal because I've got a lot of work to do back here, and we're going to be doing kind of in-between jobs. So you guys are going to see this when it's finished, but I'm going to cut this into several vlogs, so I hope you stick with it because you'll see the whole transformation. I'm excited about where things are going. I got to get that machine back here now and get started with getting these rocks out, getting us a blank slate, and then we'll work together on how we're going to do this.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling, can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting buzzed on rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you. Not a smooth talker under pressure. Sweaty palms ain't making it much better. Something about you feels so special. Prettier from the minute that I met you.
We are making a mess. So we've got all the rocks out of the pond, and if you watch the video, you see we're going through between those trees over there. That's the only way in and out. Grab one, back it out, stack it in the pile, and then back in again. So now we've got all the boulders out, and this is the mess we're left with. We've got liner and gravel and fabric and all kinds of other nonsense in here. Got some water down in the hole we got to pump out of here. Got some plumbing hanging out every place. This is typical of a demolition on an existing pond. Mine's a little more extreme, but you can get the picture. Over here, we're gonna have to pump this down because it's full of water. I'm gonna excavate next to the reservoir so that we can relieve some pressure and we can get all these aqua blocks out of here. Space is at a premium here because I don't have a lot of it. You can see I've got this massive pile of boulders at my brother's house, and we're gonna start trucking some of the rock out of here because I just have nowhere left to put this stuff, because we actually have to get in here, start doing some excavating for what we're gonna build, and then we gotta bring a lot of material back into here. So this access point is the only way in and out. Makes things a little difficult, but now I can get a better, clearer picture of what I've got. Once I get the rest of this liner and stuff out of here, we'll do a layout and then we'll figure out how we're gonna build all this. This is a big old mess down in here. We've gotten all the aqua blocks out. That's only part of them. There's a whole stack over by the other gazebo. There was 4 layers of aqua blocks in here. This was over 2,000 gallons of water storage. Now we've got a whole mess of muck and stuff in the bottom there. And when we try to pull the rest of this out, I'm sure more is gonna fall in. Now we're gonna have to bunch this up so we can take the whole thing out without dumping all the water into the hole, because that'll just soften everything. We don't want that. Once this is out, we can start backfilling. We're going to be putting layers of fill in there, so good compaction, so we could go every 6 inches. We're going to compact it another 6, another 6, because we're going to be building some patios and other landscape areas on top of this space, and we don't want any settling, so we're going to make sure we get really good compaction throughout this whole space. And you can see the pond is just about cleared out. We've got this little bit of liner left here. We've got actually a sump down the bottom there as well that's getting pumped out. Same thing, we're gonna get that water out of here, get the liner out, and then we're gonna start developing our plan up here. We're gonna call it quits for today. We'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. We're here day 2. It is really looking like a mess over here. Now I know how customers feel when we show up at their house and we tear things apart and you look out in the backyard, you're like, I think I made a mistake. I don't think I made a mistake, but we have got a lot of dirt being moved here today. This was my rain exchange system, about 6 feet deep. We've already got several layers in and compacted, and that's going to keep getting filled up to about this patio level here. Back here is where we're going to have our fountainscape feature. So I'm going to set my elevations, check my grade from the existing patio, and then I'm going to set off of that, decide how far I want to have a recessed patio area, because I'm going to step down into it, and then I can set my elevation for where the reservoir is going to go. We've got old plumbing and stuff that used to feed the wetland filter and the waterfall. It's up top. There was an urn here. There was some other jets and things, so there's plumbing we're pulling out of the ground. We're going to have to move all the outdoor lighting wire. That's all just getting ripped out completely. We're putting new lighting in. Yeah, then we get down our baseline and get started with building new, and then establishing our walkways and patios and walls that are going in here. So we've got a lot of figuring to do, set up the laser, shoot some elevations, make sure that we're going to end up where we want at these different levels, and get going for the day. Okay, so all the liner's out, all the mud is out, pretty much all the rocks are out. Now we're gonna take care of this mean old stump from that tree that came down. Then I've got to start shaping out where we're gonna do retaining walls. We've got patios going in here. We've got, like I said, a fire pit. So there's a lot of base work that has to happen. So once we get all this stuff out of the way, we're gonna fill this hole back in, compaction, all that kind of stuff. And then we'll start shaping out from the top side down, because I've got to work my way back out of this yard. I can't just start at the front and then get trapped inside here. So we've got to start here and then work our way back out of here. So we put a heavier stone down the bottom on our subgrade, compacted it real well. That's gonna lock things in real tight. This was a deep hole. Now we're gonna bring in our layers of QP so we can start doing compaction there. And then we've got a wall to build. that's gonna hold up this upper patio area, and then we're gonna integrate our fire pit space up here. Let me make a disclaimer, we're not hardscapers. We do hardscaping in my house, but nowhere else. It's not my favorite thing to do. So we've got to move this really beautiful Japanese maple over there by the gazebo. This is probably the worst time of year to move a tree because it's hot, humid. It's not gonna be real happy when we move it, but we have zero choice because this has to move now. So we'll get it in place, we'll get some good soil amendments around it, and we're gonna water the heck out of it and hope that it makes it.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hay. I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record.
It's day 3, and things are looking really good out here. I got Boulevard over here. He's about to start another section, and let me show you what we've accomplished so far. The seat wall is finished. Boulevard did an awesome job with that. Check out these cuts he made. He cut into the boulders so the cap slides right in. Looks amazing. So that's done, and what's cool is it tucks in behind this rock here, and it finishes on that rock over there. That's our Jap maple. It's looking good so far. Fingers crossed on that deal. Now, fire pit. So we've marked out where we want our fire pit. I bought this really expensive insert, which is supposed to be like smokeless and make it so that you're not getting choked out by smoke. So that's gonna go inside this wall. Boulevard's gonna build a wall, insert the fire pit thing, and then that'll be surrounded by the wall. And on this side, we're gonna set it up for some Adirondack chairs or something cool. And we'll drop some boulders in. So when you walk off the patio, you'll have like a little garden area where there's boulders, and then into this fire pit space. And then beyond that, there's this mess. This is still like in the planning design idea stage. So I've got some ideas what I'm gonna do down here. I know it's gonna be a sunken seating area. I know there's gonna be a water feature over there. Spatially, I haven't really laid it out yet because I'm gonna get the patio done up here and see how that all jives and figure out what I want for like a planting bed in between, and then figure this out. It's not the orthodox way to do things. I normally, well, we don't do landscaping, but when we used to, we would work off a plan or some sort of sketch so we could lay it all out. But this is my house, so I'm just gonna wing it. See how it goes.